Spacehunter Adventures in the Forbidden Zone is a 1983 sci-fi adventure from director Lamont Johnson. The movie opens with explosive titles! Was this in 3D? I feel like this was originally in 3D. Yep, I knew it! Over in another part of space, a luxury cruise ship is viewing a blue giant. They're passing through some nebula gases and oh no! It's a slug-controlled nebula! The ship gets hit by space lightning, which causes an explosion so powerful, it makes the special effects guys forget to include the nebula background. Everyone's scrambling to the light pods, but only one escapes before the ship explodes. They really were not prepared for this trip. The shuttle lands on the nearest E-type planet. Well, more like skids. No wonder only 3 escaped. Look at these spacesuits! How long would these things take to put on?
You have been traveling suspended in the Merrill Becker 3000 emergency space shuttle.
Please don't laugh at your silly penis helmets. The passengers take off the suits and look around. Just then the landscape comes alive with the B-team from Mars Needs Women. Hey, we're here for the Time Walker auditions. The girls are trying to get away when an armored vehicle shows up and scares off the mutants. Hi, is this the shuttle for the Forever 21 outlet? Meanwhile, Space Turd! In another part of the galaxy, the space hunter Wolf gets a message. That's Wolf with 2 F's because more letters is the future! Wolf gets a message from Space Command with a reward for anyone who can rescue the escaped passengers from the ship. So he's all alone on this ship, gathering scrap. I wonder what he does in his spare time. Oh no, look at the pile of used tissues! Ew! The reward is 3,000 space bucks, which is enough to pay off his debts. The communicator isn't working, so he uses the old tried and true way to fix it. Oh no, R2! What has Disney done to you?
Chalmers!
Okay, it looks like he's not alone. He wakes up Chalmers with an offering of steamed hams. Chalmers is his chief engineer and pleasure bot. I don't think that's a regulation uniform. Even the robot's tired of having sex with this guy.
Anyway, I thought you were going to fix that spectrometer last week.
I keep starting, but you never let me finish.
Wolf then provides some backstory. Terra 11, where the shuttle crashed, had a colony placed on there in the far, far future of 2013. In 2021, there was a plague outbreak, and a guy calling himself Overdog set up a dictatorship, and now rules the planet. The planet is now restricted, hence the Forbidden Zone. No matter! He tells Commander Robot Sexy Legs to set a course for Terra 11. They land the ship and take a lunar rover out for a spin. The main ship then hides like a 6-eyed spider. They head across the landscape looking for the missing girls. They follow the homing beacon all the way to this land ship. Man, the Pirates of the Caribbean series went in a weird direction. Turns out Overdog's men also want the girls, so they attack the ship. Make that train. The mutants set up a trash barricade to stop the train. Wolf swings into action to save the girls. Not Han Solo kills a bunch of extras from the Road Warrior. The bad guys capture the girls. I think this guy didn't get the capture memo. Now with the ladies incapacitated, some hang gliders pick them up. Wolf almost gets shot and hides behind, nothing? He doesn't seem to be very good at this. Once all the girls are shipped out, the bad guys leave. This is the loudest chicken ever! Wolf goes to talk to the guys running the train, but the leader is mortally wounded.
His blood lost bad.
Ooh, he card read good. They tell Wolf that Overdog's men have taken the women to the zone. He heads back to the Scrambler to see... Oh no! Rather than trying to fix her, he just uses the auto-destruct. Wolf goes looking for the zone. I hope this thing handles better than a warthog. He stops to investigate a building. Gah! Space cooties! Everyone inside's been dead for a long time. This is a weird-looking butt plug. He hears someone outside stealing his car. Well, maybe don't leave your keys in it next time.
What the hell are you?
What do you think I am, you scrawny earthbag? I'm a woman!
I'm your new wisecracking kid sidekick! After trying to steal his car, Nikki shifts tactics and tells him that she's a tracker. Is this that hip new lingo that all the kids are using?
So if you give me some nibbles and take me wheeling, I'll track you to him. Because without me, you ain't gonna find him in Melonium.
5 minutes in and he's already annoyed. The evildoer chemist is being creepy.
Young girls are so much nicer to touch. Especially if they have no scars.
It's Space Harvey Weinstein. The gliders arrive with the girls. Wait, isn't she dead? Wolf is making hot dogs just so they could squeeze this joke in.
What's for food?
Hot dogs.
Hey, I don't eat no dogs. Scabs eat dogs.
Wow, they should have redone this line.
You really think you're some kind of tough, don't you?
Wolf gets in his aluminum foil sleeping bag. Nikki tries to join him, but he tells her to sleep elsewhere. The minions bring the girls in for the chemist to investigate. He calms them down with a nice dose of space roofies. 3D! Wolf wakes up to find Nikki sleeping next to him. She stinks, so he makes her take a bath. Okay, forcibly gives her a bath. Was the direction hold on to her and bathe her like a puppy? This is harsh? Now that she's all cleaned off, Wolf realizes that she's just a kid.
Why, you're nothing but a baby.
Maybe you don't think I'm nothing, but there's plenty of people that think different. And there's looking for me even. So I don't have to go around begging no earthing for no warm places, news or nothing to eat.
So he wouldn't have manhandled her if he knew this? Mr. Plow drives up, so Wolf goes to investigate. The truck tries to run him over, but he jumps in the back and gets the driver to crash.
Come on, get up! That's the oldest trick in the book.
So he fell for the oldest trick in the book. Seems Washington and Wolf know each other. Washington's the sector chief and also there to rescue the girls. Since his vehicle's stuck, he tries to make a deal, but Wolf leaves him. He's just making friends all over. They drive past this matte painting, which means they're near the chemist. They go underground looking for a place to sleep. Wolf finds a tower where they can camp for the night. They hear a noise and uh-oh!
We make holes in teeth.
Okay, are these things so strong they can easily bend the metal? Or do they have something on their skin that melts it? Either way, they don't seem that strong and are easily pushed over. Plus, they seem to have no effect on the scrambler. The duo gets away. Back at Overdog's house of hair metal, the chemist brings the new recruits for Overdog.
Earth girls. I hear they are easy.
Wolf is driving through a water treatment plant. Nikki's showing him where it's safe to drive and gets pulled into the water in reverse. Here come the snake fish women.
Good breeding man. I'll bet breeding with us would kill him.
I'll bet he's up for it.
I'll take that bet.
The 80s love Death by Snoo Snoo. They're trying to drown Nikki, and since Wolf has finally gotten used to her, he goes in for the rescue, only to get caught in a net. The girls all do their Xena impressions, which brings about their giant fish god or something.
Eat him! Look at him, he's bigger!
I guess she's still salty about the bath. Wolf shoots at the thing and kills it. That was easy. Now all the fish girls are annoyed, so they escape through a conveniently placed hatch. After walking through the cursed earth for a while, Nikki passes out. Wolf is carrying her when he hears plot convenience calling. Now this time, Wolf agrees to a deal. They rescue the girls, fly out of there, and split the money. The group sneaks into Overdog's place. Once inside, they see Overdog has a gladiator arena. Tonight on Season 5 of Ninja Warrior, Nikki is feeling inadequate.
Your clothes are okay, but they're not so hot.
The guy from the Grandman's camp joins up with the group. Wolf is starting to care about Nikki, so he tells her to stay in the scrambler.
Why can't I come with you?
Because it's dangerous and I don't want you to get hurt.
Really?
Nikki, of course, doesn't listen and gets captured. Washington and the other guy take out a guard and free the slaves. Washington blows some stuff up and Wolf frees the girls. The chemist brings Nikki to Overdog. Overdog likes her, so they drop her into the maze of death. Nikki's running through the maze and oh, there's the stunt woman. This whole place looks like the backyard of nothing but trouble. Nikki then makes her way through Sen's fortress. Washington wants to leave, but Wolf insists on rescuing her. I gotta give credit where it's due. The production design on this maze is really good. Wolf shoots the death car, which gives Nikki a way out. Overdog reminds her, he's evil!
But you said if I made it through, I'm free!
I lied.
Michael Ironside is really enjoying himself. He hooks her up to a human toaster, which gives him her life force. You can't leave a ginger in the tanning booth for this long? I wonder if Overdog inspired Guar. Wolf breaks in and kills the chemist. He then faces off with Overdog. They shoot rockets at each other for a bit. Overdog almost kills him, but Wolf shorts him out. Wolf and Nikki are trapped, but Washington saves the day. Then the milk crate building explodes. The gang's back at headquarters having a grand old time. Nikki's upset, so she leaves. She then lays a guilt trip on him.
You never asked me to come with you.
The guilt trip worked, and even though Nikki has been nagging him non-stop for the past several days, he still asks her to join him. Off they go. The further adventures of the space hunter Wolf and his partner Nikki. Chapter 2. The quest of paying off all of Wolf's old debts.
And the police called from the 42 sector. You got 105 parking tickets. I think you should take care of that. And your ex-wife is looking for you. She hasn't gotten a check from you in 3 months.
Spacehunter was filmed mostly in Colorado on a budget of around $14 million. The movie was directed by Lamont Johnson, who'd been directing TV since the 1950s. Shows like Peter Gunn, Dr. Kildare, and a handful of episodes of The Twilight Zone. He started directing movies in 1967 with A Covenant of Death. Spacehunter was a departure for him, since he mostly did action and dramas before this. The movie was made to take advantage of two things: Star Wars and 3D. With Star Wars and The Empire Strikes Back, there were tons of space adventure films being released. They wanted Spacehunter to be the next big thing, so they planned to release it just a week before Return of the Jedi in 1983. It didn't do very well, pulling in about $16.5 million domestically. Really low when you consider the movie they were trying to one-up, Return of the Jedi, made $252 million domestically, and a total of $374 million worldwide. The other thing they were trying to take advantage of was 3D. Producer Ivan Reitman thought that making the film 3D would be the extra push it needed to be a box office hit. At the time, 3D was limited mostly to horror like Parasite and Friday the 13th Part 3. In the modern era, since Star Wars, not a single science fiction film was 3D yet. Other productions had the same idea because shortly after this, we had Metal Storm: The Destruction of Jared Sin and Star Chaser: The Legend of Orin. They spent an additional $2 million for the equipment to film Spacehunter in 3D, but in the end, it didn't help with the box office very much. Probably hurt it more because they had to release 2 prints, a 2D and 3D one, since not all theaters could project 3D at the time. One of the best bad guy character actors of all time, Michael Ironside, played Overdog, who was originally called King Creep. He seemed like he was channeling Overdog in the 2015 action sci-fi film Turbo Kid, where he played the villain Zeus. Harold Ramis is the voice over the intercom.
And the police called from the 42 sector. You got 105 parking tickets. I think you should take care of that.
This was also the screen debut of Colin Mockery. He plays one of the guards. I don't know which one. Spacehunter is a ton of schlocky 80s sci-fi entertainment. It also brings in some post-apocalyptic elements, which you know are always welcome with me. The cast is great, with Ironside playing the villain, as well as the heroes Peter Strauss as Wolf and Ernie Hudson as Washington. A young Molly Ringwald was good as the annoyingly bratty but lovable Nikki. Just a year after this, she had her breakthrough hit with 16 Candles, which I didn't know until now was released when she was actually 16. I always thought she was a little older. The special effects in the film are also noteworthy, with lots of miniatures, remote control vehicles, and gruesome prosthetics. The movie is super fast-paced, with Wolf running into a non-stop barrage of unique monsters throughout the film. Spacehunter is a blast! It's full of weird moments that go from bizarre to just plain random. There's also a lot of heart, with Wolf becoming a father figure and protector of Nikki. I would have liked to have seen more installments of this, with the duo jaunting across the galaxy, getting into all sorts of adventures. Like when Nikki finds out about Wolf's pleasure bot, and he has to explain that it gets lonely in outer space.
So if you give me some nibbles and take me wheeling, I'll track you to him. Because without me, you ain't gonna find him in Melonium.
A Melonium?